It is a big news day, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, Analysis / Paralysis, the brand new era battle to celebrate Fulham and Zuckus is in the game, and I've got the good news and the bad news for you, ladies and gentlemen. That is right, good news for all you new players that are just getting a 3-star Fulham. You can go through and beat that tier 1 to start earning yourself some shards of potentially Fulham or Zuckus and some juicy credits to go alongside it. The rest of you poor sad saps like me that likes to invest in characters early, you're in for a ride. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Analysis Paralysis. This is a big news day. Look at this. We've got Era Battle here, an Era Battle there, an Assault Battle here. There's just a day full of stuff to be giving you. And I have wailed on my main account and got my Fulham up to Relic 8 straight away. And I thought, you know what? We'll be having a good time over here. I'll be able to get some really nice rewards going on over here. Be able to get myself the signal data and all this. No, absolutely not.
Wrong!
This is an era battle, ladies and gentlemen, that definitely wants you to have two things, namely Fulham, but also Zuckus. You can't really do this effectively. Don't do what I did and do this tier 3. These rewards, they are rewards, but they're not really worth the time and the energy you will expend trying to get it. So my advice to you is to skip it. I will go over how I did it. But first and foremost, I want to give you guys at home the free-to-play experience of how easy tier 1 is. Let's do that. So over here on my alt account, you can see my 3-star Gear 7 Zuckus with no Fulham, with no Omicron, just with basic modding. You can more or less just auto basic the whole battle. It's really not that much of a deal. If you want to, start off with the second special, get that corrupted translation out, and then follow up with some specials and just spam stuff, right? You want to get rid of Rolo at the start. Wave 2, I decided to go after Captain Han Solo here and then Chewbacca so that Captain Han Solo can't revive Chewbacca. Honestly, just defeat Chewbacca. It's probably a lot quicker and easier that way on this first tier. I start messing around with specials because honestly, I don't know what I'm doing with Fulham. Nobody really knows what they're doing with Fulham. He's some random protocol droid with a big bug head. What's there to know? It's really not too bad though on this tier. Last tier here, or penultimate tier, I would actually advise take out the Lando on the left, take out Fulham? No. Gosh, I'm ill, guys. I'm sorry. Lobot, that's the one. Take out Lobot next and then work on 3PO and Chewbacca. It's like 3PO and Chewie are super tanky, whereas you can take out those side ads like a hit. They're really weak. Don't use the first special, it does no damage. Just do a basic. His basic hits like 4 times. It's really good. See? His basic is so strong. You can just one-tap those side ads. Take those out into the last tier. Maybe you want to try and get some shock on R2-D2 at the start. Maybe you just want to go all in on CLS like I did over here. But that's the problem, is R2 will do all this stealth shenaniganry. Never fun. If you ever need to heal up, use that second special. Recovers you. Hopefully you don't get stunned too many times by R2-D2. I just wanted to take him out. Take out CLS. Not a problem at all. Trash tier modding, Gear 7, no Zetas, and I got myself an extra 7 shards of Fulham. Happy business days. So, if you want to see how I managed to do the modding on my Fulham, I went for a couple of things. Now, I got turned on to this by one of my compatriots within my guild. Shout out to Morodium. So he says there was a gentleman that was on the Swinger Events Discord. I don't know who it was. I do apologize. Somebody said it there. But essentially, what we're looking to do is try to have like as much tenacity and speed as you possibly can. You want to be able to resist so much of the exposes and most importantly, the confusion that you get from C-3PO in the first wave. You really don't want that. And then as much damage as you can ramp in there. I've gone for tenacity and defense sets. I've got defense primary here. You could go for crit damage here as well. Good tenacity. So I'm rocking 302 speed here. You could go faster. Importantly, 222% tenacity. Get that tenacity number as high as possible because that C-3PO will land those debuffs. If you can get your damage up, get your damage up. This is the setup that worked for me, but I will warn you, ladies and gentlemen, R8 over here, Relic 8 on this Fulham. I ain't joking. Check it out. Relic 8. He is all the way up there, baby. I had to restart this for about 45 minutes. Not worth it, guys. It isn't worth it. I don't need the relics. I was just curious about how you can do it. We play this game for fun, so why not? Obviously, not got this Omicron. It's for territory battles. Let's go over the winning run and what we're looking for. All right, so turn 1, what do? second special, get that corrupted translation out there, and what you're hoping to do is make sure that that C-3PO doesn't land any of those debuffs on you, doesn't get the exposes, doesn't get the confusion. You can usually get away with if it's just one of them, but hopefully you get none. That's why we're pumping that tenacity so high. Use the first special to get rid of the taunts over here on Hoth Rebel Soldier, and then go focus on Rolo. I want to take her out as quickly as possible. Just pepper her with basics, and hopefully you can take her out before Hoth Rebel Soldier gets a taunts again. If you're in a position like this, pretty good, right? You want to try and recover health and protection, so that second special is definitely your friend. Go ahead and throw that out there, and honestly, you're kind of hoping that you don't kill this Hoth Rebel Soldier too quickly now. If you could drag out this section to recover a little bit and work on your contract, amazing. Wave 2. This one is tricky. You really want to take down C-3PO Chewbacca as quickly as possible. Focus on him, use that first special, hopefully land that shock on him, and you should get an extra turn thanks to the turn meter you've got. Use the second special, get that corrupted translation out there. What we're hoping to have here is no stuns. We do not want to get stunned, and we want to try and hit contract as soon as possible. So just focus on that Chewbacca constantly. Just always pepper him, pepper him, pepper him, pepper him, and hope you survive. Look at how close we get. If you've got the second special available, use it. You need to survive. It's got that health and protection recovery. Focused out on Chewbacca, you can see we've hit contract, which is huge, and then just keep hitting him. Take him out, and then immediately focus on Captain Han Solo. If you didn't notice there, Captain Han Solo had ability block, so he couldn't actually revive Chewbacca. Go focus on Han Solo, take him out before he can revive, and then it's just a case of let's rebuild for a little bit over here. Let's recover some of that health and protection before going into Wave 3. The good thing is, Wave 3 is super easy. You should be able to target like Lando and then Lobot, one-tap them. Super, super easy. One-tap them. Okay? Now, when it comes to 3PO and Chewie, I like to use one of the second special to try and recover, but really, you want to try and save your specials going into the final wave, okay? So I'm just going to basic him from here. We should be able to survive against Chewbacca's damage over here. It's really not too terrible. So just basic him and trust that you will actually survive, okay? So we're working on it here. It takes a little bit of time. Boom. Okay, so this last phase is tricky. What I wanted to do was I wanted to get the corrupted battle meditation out, and then I wanted to try and shock on R2 so he can't stealth. I want to take out R2 as quickly as possible and then worry about CLS. Unfortunately, I used the second special there. You know, maybe it wasn't the brightest idea. Probably should have just basicked. We worked on CLS, but obviously he's got that call to action. He can come back. So I go swap back over to R2-D2, double basic him to get rid of him. And then we very nearly cop it over there to CLS. Real flipping close. But we can, of course, recover with that corrupted translation, and then just work him down, basic him in, boom. It is hairy, it will take you many restarts, it takes good mods and high relic levels, and you get yourself nothing that really matters. Amazing! However, that being said, the reason this is so tough is quite clearly because they are waiting for us to get Zuckuss in the game, who's coming next week. I will be having a giveaway for shards for Zuckuss, so stick around on my channel to be notified of when I do that. With Zuckuss in the game, the start changes completely, alright? We're going to have a second character. There'll be more tanking for Rolo's AoE. I haven't even looked at Zuckuss's kit yet, but I'm sure there's going to be stuff that's really going to help us in this Paralysis era battle. I have a feeling that this era battle was designed to make it very tricky for us to go in with a single man. So I'm not going to take him up to the R9 tier. There's no point. The likelihood of me surviving even a little bit in tier 3 is basically zero, right? We'll take in the same approach. We'll go ahead and use this. See what happens. Here comes the bomb. I'm going to drop in my head. And, oh my god, we nearly survived. We nearly died, rather. We just about survived and then took a hit. So I'm sure if I go ahead and try that again, it'll probably be the exact same situation, right? The damage on this Rolo is pretty insane. We've got no way of stopping that AoE from landing on our heads. We're going to get lots of corrupted confusion, sorry. They're just going to wreck your face. There's just no chance. There's just no chance. So do yourself a favor, wait until Zuckuss is in the game and it will be 10 times easier. However, early tiers to get ourselves some good shards of these characters, crack on. Do it now. Super easy. Low levels of investment will get you really good rewards. And every time this battle comes around, you will be able to get it as well. Fantastic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all in the very next video. Give me a like, give me a comment down below, and peace out. May the Force be with you.